Pass to 22. Apart from 20 to 3.
Thank you. Yeah. Welcome to the February Stealth Camping Alliance Global Challenge. In this challenge, you have to walk 2 hours north from your house and then have a stealth camp. As you can see, I've come on the ferry because to go 2 hours north, I had to cross the River Thames. So I've crossed the River Thames and now I'm heading out to find my spot for the night. So I'm now walking to find my spot within 2 hours, and also I know there's heavy rain coming. I'm expecting about 3 hours of heavy rain, and it's very cold. There's a very chilled wind. This is the day after Storm Eunice. So I was supposed to come out last night, but it was 70-mile-an-hour winds and there was a red storm alert, the first time I think ever. The priority now really is to stay dry. The rain is coming, but I need to stay dry, keep my kit dry so that I don't get freezing cold. Never been over here before, haven't really scouted it out. There's two old forts from the 1850s, so I'm hoping to look at those, maybe find a camp around those two forts. So I better get walking and finding a spot to shelter from this coming storm. This is Tilbury Fort, look at that huge moat around it. Gusts of up to 50 miles an hour even now. It's not like as bad as yesterday, but it's still like the remainder of the storm. I've not done a recce of this area, so I really have no idea where I'm going to be. I mean, really, if it was a survival situation, you have to figure out things as you go. This is it. This is probably the most sheltered spot I can find, out of the rain, under the bridge. I tried to retrieve a bit of firewood, a bit too late really, but tried to keep something dry just in case. Not totally out the wind here, as you can tell, but much better than if I'd been just in an exposed area. It's going to be a bit of a storm. There goes my firewood, totally soaked. I tried, in the storm, under the bridge, dry, sort of out of the wind, although it's impossible to get totally out of this wind. But another good thing to have is a hot drink, so I bring a flask. I can heat up water with my stove, but a hot flask on these types of trips is better, and I can just keep sipping when I want. And it also keeps the drink hot for longer. If I heat up a coffee on the stove outside in the cold, it just goes cold very quick anyway. There's always something comforting having a hot drink outside, freezing wind and rain. Definitely made the right decision to stay here. I would have been, if I got drenched now, it would make the whole night very difficult if my kit was all wet. Little treats keep you going when you're out and about in a storm. So in this situation, you just want to stay dry, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to protect everything. I've moved my bag actually up there behind the pillar, bone dry behind there. Drips coming down everywhere now because The rain has really been chucking down consistently, so it's like a side rain. I'll show you here, right in this corner I'm still okay, because I'm just underneath this roof. Got a bit of wind behind me, and I put my Gore-Tex trousers on, extra windbreak, keeping me warm, and they're waterproof, so any drips won't go through. And then I've also put some plastic bags over my feet just to keep my boots dry, because once your boots get wet, even though these are Gore-Tex, basically once they get wet, the feet will get cold. So again, I'm just trying this. Has anybody else tried this? Just putting plastic bags around them, just because of the splashes are coming back, and after the splashes continue, they will soon be damp, and that's what I don't want. And then I've got the other side of here, the tide is coming in. See, the tide's now coming in here, lapping up, and it's on a spring tide. It's coming up through here. I'm just the other side of here, so I think the tide's going to come right in here. Quite chills now. Got to be careful you stay warm out here, so you don't want to get wet. I can't wait here, look, it's really blowing in now like a gale. Hopefully this is high tide. Can't camp on there, can you? And the wind chill here is 2 degrees centigrade. The sun has come out. Okay, so I'm going to chance it now. A little bit of break in the weather, I think. I've got to get further down the coast. I haven't walked my 2 hours yet for this challenge. As you can see, I sat there for over 2 hours to wait for the rain to pass. So now I'm on the move again to find my stealth camp. I didn't say 2 continuous hours walking, did I? We all have to adapt, don't we, for where we are. The problem with that spot there was that there was one place where I could stay dry, but it was in the wind, and if I wanted to get out of the wind, I was going to get soaked in the rain. So what do you prefer? Frozen in the wind or soaked in the rain? It was far from perfect, but the main goal was to stay dry, which I am, and my feet are still dry, and my jacket's still dry, everything's dry. Blue sky. I always say Mr. Blue Sky in my videos. I'll try and put in a song title every now and again. Don't worry about me. A bit of a beach here and a bit of a jetty. As I said, there's all sorts of weird uses here. Look at this. It's like the moon. Who would have thought it? Interesting down here. More open now. Looks like there used to be some sort of building here or something. Don't forget, all I'm doing is putting the bivvy down. Flat piece of ground. I'm going to go in this corner over here, which is about as sheltered from the wind as I can find. Starting to set up, just basically making it comfortable, making it your own really. So I'm setting up this little fireplace really just for my gas burner. It's too wet to get a fire going tonight. So this is a view from the camp, just getting familiar with my view before it goes dark. big open view. It's sort of best to have an open view in front of you if you can. You sort of feel a bit more secure. I haven't seen one person all day actually on this path. I'm just going to be sleeping in the bivvy under the stars tonight. I'm not going to bother with a tarp even, because my bivvy is waterproof anyway. I've got some cooking to do. I've got a nice steak. I've got that ration pack. So I've got time to kill. Hopefully it'll clear up later. I think it might do. Maybe I'll see the stars. Maybe I won't. Who knows? But what an adventure. Just made my coffee, so I've got a brand new flask of coffee which I'm going to enjoy. That will settle me into my camp retreat. Who would have believed I'll get a sunset as well on this very, very stormy day? Amazing. There you go, there's the bivvy bag, sleeping bag, put in there now so that it will loft up. You can see the air is going through it. You can see with the wind. So that's the spot. Look at that. Amazing. I'm going to be very, very comfortable in there. I'm going to put my Thermorest Neo Air underneath that. Basically the Thermorest Neo Air, very, very warm, insulated Therm mat. So I'll put that underneath, and that's me. That's the setup. I'm not having any tarp, nothing on top. That's it. I should just, when the time comes, I should just get in there and that'll be my shelter. No tent, no tarp. I'm flat on the ground. I think that's the best way in this wind. Beautiful night now, lovely clearish sky. So from the footpath you can't see me, especially now, and there's nobody around. You can't even see my camp there, just beyond that water in the corner. You can just about see it now. I get close. Have a lovely night here, under the stars, looking at the sky. What an adventure. Never gets old. Yeah, so just sitting here, been admiring the view, the lights twinkling across the harbour, just enjoying camping really, getting a bit of that solitary time that we need from time to time, or that I seem to need anyway. I'm going to have Moroccan style bean stew as my starter. This one is a miniature ration. I'm going to enjoy this. That'll warm me up. That's what I need. Now for the main event. I'm going to have a very simple steak sandwich, which is the best camping food. I'm going to have this British beef rump steak. So I'm just going to get some oil in here if it's not frozen. handy, these bricks. What a feast. Looks done. I'm going to taste it first, just to make sure. Absolutely brilliant. Put this on top. Who needs beef burgers when you can just do this? Very simple. Sandwich, steak sandwich on its own. My favourite camping food. I'm going to enjoy this. Well, it's got really cold, totally clear sky. So I've got in the bivvy bag. Moon's come out. I got a bit of a scare earlier because bright torch, I think there's two young lads walking along the path. The only people I've seen the whole day came past and had a very bright torch and they shone it across this ground as they walked past. Huge beam, full beam, but it sort of missed me twice. They didn't see me, they continued walking. I don't suppose they'd have done much anyway, but it's a bit unnerving when you suddenly hear someone go past like that. And I was just looking up at the stars on the bivvy. Just I'm on my back in open air bivvy. I was looking up at the stars, and then just as I looked up, I saw a barn owl. I've never seen a barn owl just fly quite close, not quite low down. Don't know how high, but not high. I could clearly see it in the moonlight. A barn owl flying above me. Incredible sight. Here I am just watching the stars. Just literally under the stars. You could stare at the stars for hours. Just thinking about how far away they are. And just puts everything into perspective, doesn't it? The whole universe is out there. So I'm just gonna lay back now and relax. And I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. That was a lovely quiet night in the end. It's picked up the wind now, so I'm going to head out of here. At least a 2-hour walk back. And then I've got to figure out how I get out of here. There's no ferry today, so I'm going to have to get a train and a bus to get back across the river. Feel refreshed. I did actually sleep in the bivvy bag, and my Thermorest Neo Air Therm is fantastic. So comfortable. I'm so glad I got it, and I was lovely and warm the whole night. Absolutely no problem at all. Yeah, it's quite an experience being out here. The wildlife, amazing, just absolutely amazing. I've packed everything up, there's no mess. I'm just going to move these stones, put those back before I go. but so far I can see the town where I live just the other side of the water, but no ferry today. Otherwise I could be home probably in less than half an hour. Making progress, another bus, and I'll be at the big shopping centre, and I've got to get another bus to the huge shopping centre where my wife will pick me up. That's it, I've made it back to the other huge shopping centre where my wife is going to pick me up. What an adventure it's been for this February Stealth Camping Alliance challenge. So I hope you enjoyed that. I can't wait to see everybody else's entries. Leave a comment, like it if you've liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.